Gum shields, mouthpieces, mouth guards, what is best to buy for boxing, and today I'll also share my own personal mouth guard journey. Hello and welcome to Fit to Box channel. I'm Simon, amateur boxing coach, and here on Fit to Box channel I bring you all things boxing equipment. Today I'm talking about gum shields, I'm talking about mouthpieces, I'm talking about mouth guards, and I want to sort of go through the best and the worst boxing mouthpieces that you can get and my personal journey through those sort of stages. Now, a gum shield is an essential piece of kit for any boxer, and I would say to you that even if you're doing drills with a partner outside of the ring, you should have your gum shield in. You don't even need, if you're sparring, you definitely need it, but I would say if you're doing drills outside the ring, you definitely need it as well, because if there's a stray punch and it hits you in the mouth, you're still going to have the same effect as if you were punched in the mouth without a gum shield if you were sparring. Now, I can't even believe that there is people out there that want to spar without a gum shield. To me, it is absolute madness, and as a trainer, I would never allow that in our gym. Now, if you're in a gym where they do allow that, I would change gyms, because they are obviously not that bothered about you, your health, and definitely the state of your teeth. So I would say it shouldn't happen. No one should be sparring without a gum shield. Even though some people say, oh yeah, it's fine, I'll do without. Absolutely not in my book. Now, of course, the opposite to that is when you get people who say that they have forgotten their gum shield. You know, they've got to the boxing gym, looks like there's going to be sparring, looks like there's going to be hard sparring, and then suddenly certain individuals forget their gum shields. Okay, so what happens here, of course, is there's a little bit of, some people genuinely have forgotten their gum shield, but there is a little bit out there where they've lost their gum shield because they don't want to spar. So, you know, they've remembered their gloves, they've remembered their hand wraps, and inexplicably, because they go into boxing, they've forgotten their gum shield. So what I would say to you is, when it comes to boxing, you know, use your gum shield as much as possible. You've got to get used to using it. You've got to get used to it being in your mouth. So, you know, anytime that you do put it in, that will help with that process. Also, what I've noticed in the gym is many times people leave their gum shields in the gym, on the floor, on the ring apron, on a bench, and we sort of pick them up, we put them to one side, and many times that owner of that gum shield is never found, and presumably they just think it's lost and they buy another gum shield. And what I would say to you is look after your gum shield. So what I've got here is, this is actually a little carry case from Shock Doctor, and now any gum shields that I use I put into a carry case like that, and I keep them in my training bag in a particular pocket as well, so I always know where my gum shield is. In saying that, I have a little man bag that I take to the gym, and I've always got a gum shield in there anyway, especially being a boxing trainer. You never know when you need to put your gum shield in. So I would always recommend, as well as having a gum shield, make sure you've got something to put the gum shield in. Protects it from obviously the germs that are in the bag and things like that, but also you know exactly where it is and it doesn't go missing. So for me, when people say, oh, I need to get a gum shield, what should I get? I always say avoid the $1.99 type boil and bite gum shields. $1.99, $2.99, don't be tempted by those type, because ultimately there is better gum shields out for a few pounds more. Now, my personal journey, this, still in its original case, is my first boil and bite gum shield, and you can see how small that is, probably only protecting the front part of my top set of teeth. And you know, yeah, it did fit, and yeah, I did use that for a long time, but I know now that there is much better options available than that $1.99, $2.99 boil and bite that you can get at like most boxing stores or sports shops. So I would say totally avoid that section when it comes to those ones. Then I always advise to spend maybe £10 to £20 on a better gum shield. You can get ones like this. I did a review of this one before. This was from Mouth Armour, and that one was a really good gum shield for the price. I think that was sort of sub at the time. I think it was $9.99. But that type of gum shield is much better than that type of gum shield. And then what happens then is you then get into the lots and lots of brands that do really good gum shields between £10 and £20. And that is the sort like this one, which is by Opro. Opro do mouthguards for Adidas. They also do mouthguards for UFC. Also, a company that also does a lot is Shock Doctor. That's another popular brand. But there's also RDX, Safe Jewels, Venom, Adidas, of course I've mentioned, and like Under Armour. And those gum shields are sort of £10 to £20, and they are better than your $1.99, $2.99 ones. So, also what happens is between sort of the £20 to £30, some of those companies actually do their higher range, and they might call them the silver or the gold or the platinum, or their higher range of mouthguards. And you'll see that those mouthguards offer a higher level of protection for your teeth and your mouth than the ones between £10 and £20. So as you can see, the more you seem to spend, the more better quality that you will get. Now what I did personally was I went from that type of gum shield, which I had a Shock Doctor one, I went from that type of gum shield to the ones that dentists do. Now the difference between the ones that dentists do is obviously they do a proper mould of your mouth, so it is perfect for your teeth, as opposed to the boil and bite ones, which is put them into the boiling water, whack them into your mouth, try and mould it round. They do get a decent level of fit, but nowhere near the level of fit that you will get from a dentist. So this was my first dentist one, still in the case, and I've had this for many years, as you can see. It looks a bit dirty inside there, but that's just use over the years. Some of the marks you will never get out, but again, that is a gum shield that I have probably had 10 years, and I have to say that still fits in my mouth today, although that's not the gum shield that I now use. So let's just bring that across as well. Now, also, if you're buying for children, there is two levels. So this one is a sort of a junior. You can get junior mouthguards, you can get youth mouthguards, you can also get sort of senior adult mouthguards, and that is because people's size of their mouth actually does get bigger as they get older. And then also what you can get is you can get these ones, which is, that's a double. So this is one that protects, I'll take that out, you've got a breathing hole there, and that protects both the top and the bottom, and you bite down on it. I've got one here which is a Clayton Reyes one, and again, the only boxer I've ever really seen wearing that, I think I can remember Oscar De La Hoya wearing like this big huge mouth guard, and it was a similar one to that. I've never used them, I find them hard to get on, and the majority of people just use the ones that are on the top set. So more and more people are having braces, and there is specific mouth guards out there that fit onto your braces. So there's many people in the gym at the moment with braces, top and bottom, and they've got gum shields and spar, and they are fine. Let's just move on to my current mouth guard. Okay, now my current mouth guard in my carry case, which is a Shock Doctor one. Okay, and my current best one, my best ever mouth guard is this one bought from the Mouthpiece Guy. The Mouthpiece Guy, Jeff at the Mouthpiece Guy. I'll just move that around there so you can see. And you know, about 5 years ago in January 2017, I did a video when I had that. I can tell you that I use that every single day. It has still got a fantastic fit, as good as it was on day one. I think it looks fantastic, obviously there with the graphics. You've got a fit to box there, and you've got YouTube there, and that has definitely been as the inside of it. Again, you can tell that's been well used. That has been an absolutely superb mouthguard for me, and I have to say I don't think there's a better mouthguard out there, and that is why that when I did my recent top 3 mouthguards list, this was the top one, and ever since I've had it I've always sang the praises of the Mouthpiece guy and what Jeff does there. If you have a look at my website fit2boxchannel.com, you'll be able to see my top 3 mouthpiece cards that are on there, the new Fit to Box pink cards, and this one is the champion. So what I would say to you is, don't skimp out by having the really cheap ones. The more that you can spend on your gum shields, the better. If you can go the whole hog and there's a lot of companies out there that do custom gum shields, you can go the whole hog. You can do what I've done there, which is not only get a fantastically fitting mouthpiece, but also get one with your own styling on there as well. I'm just going to show you the difference before I go. I'll just show you the difference between that very first gum shield that I had there. I'll just move it to the one side and there, and you can see the difference between a $1.99 sort of boil and bite and a custom made, properly fitted with a mould, because with that one, if you remember, I had to make a mould of my own teeth, send that off, and then they made that to the actual mould of my teeth. There is a world of difference between that one and that one. And somewhere in there you will find a mouthpiece that suits not only your mouth but also your budget. And I hope you enjoyed that. Please like and subscribe to Fit to Box channel, and I shall speak to you soon.